Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beyond Mount Rushmore, the history you never knew you needed. I'm Jeff Hickcox. Across from me, our self-proclaimed presidential historian, Stan Nawalaniec.
Hi, everybody. How are you? How are you, by the way?
I'm doing great, Stan. How are you,
sure.
Stan?
I'm good. What are we talking about today?
I have no clue. That's your job.
We are going to talk about a couple today. A
A couple of presidents?
a president and a first lady.
Oh, okay.
Two of the most prominent people in American history, and certainly in the 20th century.
Power couple.
A power couple, and they knew it too. They knew they were a power couple. We're talking about Franklin Roosevelt,
Oh, yeah.
our 32nd president of the United States, and we're talking about his lovely, and I use that very carefully, lovely bride, Eleanor Roosevelt.
Handsome woman.
Strong-featured woman.
Okay.
Let's give you a little background on this, and I'm going to stress this right off the bat. If you look into the history books,
Yeah.
so many things happened during the Roosevelt administrations. There were 4 of them.
Right.
With the Depression, World War II. We are not focusing at all on that.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about what was going on behind the scenes, what was going on with them as a couple.
Behind closed doors.
Right.
We all have our secrets, even presidents and first ladies.
They had a lot of them.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot. Let's begin with just quickly
Okay.
who each of them are. Franklin Roosevelt, of course, born January 30th, 1882, Hyde Park, New York. He is our 32nd president, March 4th, 1933 to April 12th, 1945. Eleanor Roosevelt. That was her maiden name too. She didn't take Franklin's name. That was her name too. She was born October 11th, 1884, New York City. Her first name, Eleanor, is her middle name. Her first name, Anna.
Did not know that.
First Franklin came from a very wealthy and prominent family on both sides, the Roosevelts and the Delanos. Thus his middle
Franklin
name.
Delano
Yep.
Roosevelt.
They resided in Springwood, which was a large estate south of Hyde Park.
Okay.
His parents, when you think, well, Franklin and Eleanor shared the same name, Roosevelt. Franklin's parents, James and Sarah Ann, were sixth cousins.
Gotcha.
Franklin Roosevelt had a half-brother, James Rosie Roosevelt, from his father's previous marriage.
Gotcha.
Eleanor was a member of 2 prominent families, very prominent, the Roosevelts
Right.
and the Livingston families.
Okay.
She was a niece to Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
In fact, both of her parents died when she was quite young. And so when she did marry Franklin, it was Teddy Roosevelt who walked her down the aisle.
Yeah.
Her mother, Eleanor's mother, was emotionally distant and was somewhat ashamed of her daughter
Oh, why?
because she had other daughters and cousins and all that, and they were all beautiful. She was not.
Well, that's a shame.
She made reference to her daughter's plainness and referred to her when she was a child
Yeah.
as Granny.
Lord. you can't help the way you're born. Your parents should not be that way.
No. She was the ugly duckling.
I get it, but
of the
still,
family.
man.
They sent her off to school. But it's the truth.
She became the most powerful one, though. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You got that right.
Yeah.
In the summer of 1902, Eleanor encountered her father's 5th cousin, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
So that's her sixth cousin then.
Right. They were on a train. The two began a secret correspondence, later to become a romance, and became engaged on November 22nd, 1903. Franklin's mother did not approve of this woman.
Because
A, she was not very attractive, and she expected more from her son.
Right.
He was an extremely eligible bachelor. And believe it or not, we've seen a lot of pictures of Franklin Roosevelt. Mm-hmm. When he was young, he was considered quite handsome.
He was a looker.
And as a matter of fact, before marrying Eleanor, he proposed to a Boston heiress, a beautiful woman, who turned him down.
Well, maybe that's why.
Eleanor and Franklin were married on March 17th, 1905.
Okay.
Between 1906 and 1916, they had 6 children.
Oh, wow.
Very active.
Yeah.
A beautiful, budding marriage. And, of course, with the children, he was going to be a very prominent man.
Yeah.
Have a lot of offspring. They a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Almost American royalty. And if you look at the way the king, Charles and all, they're all interbred.
Yeah, well.
and everybody's related to everybody with the Roosevelts.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Similar. Same.
And why I say they just had a lot of kids to carry on that name and prominent name, Eleanor openly admitted, it is documented and it is written, she disliked having sex with her husband.
They had 6 kids.
Mm-hmm. She once told
Does she know what dislike means?
Well, she had to do her women's duty.
Oh, gotcha.
She once told her daughter, Anna, that it was an ordeal to be born. She also considered herself ill-equipped to motherhood, did not like being a mother.
Oh, wow.
Later writing, it did not come naturally to me to understand little children or enjoy them. She was quite open about it.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
6 kids.
Yeah.
And she didn't like any of them.
Well, she would get it over with.
Yeah.
And she went and told her daughter to her face,
Man.
I didn't like having you, and I did not like hanging around your father.
So rough times back in the 20s, huh?
Yeah. Oh, we're in the teens right now.
That's true, you're right.
But things changed forever. I guess Eleanor might have gotten her wish never to have sex again with her husband.
Yeah.
Because in September of 1918, Eleanor was unpacking one of Franklin's suitcases when she discovered a bundle of love letters to him from her social secretary.
Oh.
Her name, and remember this name.
Okay.
Lucy Mercer. Franklin had been contemplating leaving Eleanor for Lucy. However, following pressure from political advisors and his mother,
right,
who knew that this would derail his political future, a divorce,
100% would be over.
It would be over. You are not divorcing this woman.
Yeah.
How dare you? His mother threatened to disinherit him. Not only would his political future be over with, but she was going to leave him nothing.
Out of the family.
Out of the family completely.
And that's a big, rich family.
Huge.
Yeah.
So he said, okay. Well, I'll stay married to her. And from that point on, their marriage became a political partnership. That was it, period. It was no longer an intimate relationship. It was strictly a front to be together for political purposes.
Kind of reminds me of one of our more modern presidents.
Correct. At the time, and we just pointed this out, Roosevelt was a rising star in the Democratic Party. Yeah. He had already been a member of the New York State Senate, and he was currently Assistant Secretary of the Navy under Woodrow Wilson. So he was in the Wilson administration as an assistant secretary to the Navy. His next big step was he wanted to be on the presidential ticket when Governor James M. Cox of Ohio was running for president. He wanted to be on that ticket. I want to be the VP. He pushed hard to be the VP, and he became the VP nominee on that ticket.
Oh,
They
He
lost.
didn't win,
though.
no.
No, they lost.
There's
They
no
lost.
President Cox. So.
Nope, they lost to Warren Harding.
Warren G.
And then FDR had his illness.
Right.
We think to this day, or for most of the time, that he contracted polio.
Polio, right.
It began when the Roosevelts were vacationing in Canada at Campobello Island in August 1921. Roosevelt became sick. They took him back to Hyde Park, realized he was left permanently paralyzed from the waist down and diagnosed with polio. In 2003,
Yeah.
continuing studies of what Roosevelt was plagued with, experts favor a diagnosis of Guillain-Barré syndrome.
I've heard of that.
And again, it's a form of paralysis. And he was paralyzed. I'm going to let everybody in on a little thing.
Yeah.
And you know this,
I do.
and others know it. There was an agreement between the press
Yes.
and the White House not to photograph him in his wheelchair.
Right.
They were saying he could walk short distances. No, he couldn't.
No. He couldn't get out of the chair.
He couldn't. He had a set of braces that went from his hips all the way down to his feet so that they could lock his legs into position, and he could swing his hips very painfully
Yeah.
to give the appearance of walking. And when you see him at these train stops and campaign speeches,
Yeah.
look, there is a uniformed person holding on to him for balance to keep himself upright. Most of the time, that person in uniform
Yeah.
was his son.
Oh.
But he always had somebody that if he was on his feet, he would have somebody to support him. And they used to go and take him about in a touring car and have to go drive down side alleys away from the press and away from people so that they could go. And I'm not joking about this. They would hoist him up in the back seat, pull his pants down, and massage his legs to keep the circulation going, and then pull his pants back up and seat him down so he can continue whatever parade he was in or whatever appearance he was doing.
Can you imagine the press today keeping a secret like that?
No, it's impossible. They'd be jumping all over it.
Oh, it'd be all over it.
Mama wanted him out of politics. This is the
His
end.
mom.
Yes, you're crippled.
Yeah.
They're not going to accept somebody like you. You had a good run. You can live in luxury the rest of your life,
Yeah.
as long as you stay married. But get out of politics.
Yeah. You're done.
She wanted him to retire from public life. Roosevelt, Eleanor, who had her own ambitions,
Yeah.
and an advisor of theirs were all determined that he continue his political career. This was another example where Mama wanted him to retire. Eleanor didn't. They were often locking horns together. So
Really?
Eleanor and Mama
Didn't get along.
didn't get along very well. Now it begins. Now our twisted, sick story. Now it gets
Sordid?
Yes. Sordid, and
Yeah.
who's backstabbing who, and
Yeah.
Missy LaHand.
Hey, yeah.
She, following his failed VP run, was hired by Eleanor to join the family at their home in Hyde Park, New York, basically to go through and finish up the correspondence that he had during the campaign, answer letters, kind of tie up all the loose ends.
Personal assistant.
Yes. Answer
Another
correspondence.
Personal assistant.
Correct. For the next 21 years, she was FDR's constant partner. She eventually functioned as White House Chief of Staff,
Oh, wow.
the first woman in American history to do so. The exact nature of her relationship with Franklin was never made public but most knew what was going on.
Yeah.
It is generally accepted that their relationship contained a romantic element. And in fact, she once said, because she was single, she had some boyfriends and stuff, but she was single. But she once said regarding her life as a single woman, quote, "How could anyone ever come up to FDR?"
Yeah.
She lived in the White House. She had her own bedroom right next to his for many, many years.
They shared a wall.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
And there was some kind of secret door there.
There was.
Now, what do you think Eleanor was just sitting around and watching this happen?
Well, I know the answer to that question.
Yeah, and the answer is no.
No. That's right. She's playing two cards if you're doing blackjack.
Yeah, she wasn't just doing nothing. She had her own thing going on. While Franklin and the family would be away from their home in Hyde Park, or when they were at the White House, and they would go and she would stay behind.
Right.
Eleanor would go to a cottage on the Hyde Park estate called something she named it, called Valkill, VAL-KILL. By the way, Valkill, loosely translated, is Dutch for waterfall stream. It was a guest house on the property. When I say guest house, it was a big house.
Yeah, she traveled a lot alone without the president.
They, again, separate lives.
Right.
She lived there. Her guests lived there.
Guests.
Yes.
Quote unquote guests.
She had her room at Valkill, along with her business partners and friends, Nancy Cook and Marion Dickerman, who were well-known suffraagets and life partners.
They were life partners together.
Yeah, and they used to like having Eleanor come over to.
Oh,
the three of them.
Holy wow! When was this? 30s,
30s, 40s, 50s.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, there's pictures of them. There's no guesswork.
Gotcha.
She was also rumored to have a relationship with a gentleman, a bodyguard, Earl Miller.
Okay.
He was a bodyguard in 1929 while she was First Lady of New York. He was assigned to her as her bodyguard. They became very close.
I see.
Scholars continue to discuss whether the pair's relationship was romantic in nature, but it was Eleanor's son, James Roosevelt, who described the relationship between her and Earl Miller as possibly the one real romance in his mother's life outside of marriage.
Wow.
Miller himself admitted in his biography that he had an affair with Missy LaHand, Roosevelt's next-door neighbor in the White House, and he had that affair to make Eleanor feel better because she was very jealous of the fact that Franklin was going on with his life, had the girl right next door in the White House, and so Miller said, "Don't feel bad. I can get her too. She's evidently easy.
Right. Anybody can get her."
In fact, how important was Miller to Eleanor? He, after the war in the 1950s, lived in Eleanor Roosevelt's apartment.
In New York?
I want to play a clip from historian Stephen Gillen, who did some research as to what was Eleanor's sexual persuasion. Was she straight? Was she lesbian? Was she bisexual?
If Eleanor Roosevelt was a bisexual, she certainly went to great lengths to see that we would never find out. My own feeling is at this point, we don't know what the extent of many of these relationships were, whether they were consummated, whether they went beyond just an emotional attachment or not.
Okay. Well, that says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. But the most controversial relationship Eleanor was involved in was the one she had with AP reporter Lorena Hickcox.
Hickcox.
Any relation?
No relation. I did an exhaustive search. First of all, as you can assume, she had no children.
No. No.
But I went through Ancestry and I could not find a link. Now, there might be one, but I couldn't find it.
Hickcox first met Roosevelt in 1928 when she was assigned to interview her for an AP article.
That's where she worked. Associated Press.
In 1932, Hickcox convinced her editors to allow her to cover Eleanor Roosevelt exclusively during Franklin's presidential campaign. They became fast friends. And soon she had a bedroom at the White House. So you had four. Never. You know what? I think the best way to describe this.
Okay.
There is a quote in the book Secret Lives of U.S. Presidents by Cormac O'Brien.
Okay.
Who described the Roosevelt White House as seeing more adultery than a 70s key party.
I was going to say, it sounds more like something from 1969.
Yes.
Swingers and all kinds.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about two women for him, 3 women for her, and a guy.
Yeah.
And these are 2 married people that happen to be the president of the United States of America
and the first
lady
yeah.
in the White House.
Yeah.
Again, back to modern presidents, doesn't hold a candle to that.
No, it does not. And the American people had no idea. There's Franklin and Eleanor. Aren't they amazing?
Yes, they are.
Not discovered until decades later in 1978 were more than 3,000 love letters between Eleanor and Hickcox.
No way. Did you say 3,000?
3,000.
Who kept them, Eleanor or Hickcox?
I believe Eleanor, because it was her daughter that found them.
Okay.
This is Eleanor writing to Hickcox.
Hick, darling, all day I've thought of you and another birthday when I will be with you, and yet tonight you sounded so far away and formal. Oh, I want to put my arms around you. I ache to hold you close. Your ring is a great comfort. I look at it and I think she does love me, or I wouldn't be wearing it.
Well, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Oh, really? What about this one?
My pictures are nearly all up, and I have you in my sitting room where I can look at you most of my working hours. I can't kiss you, so I kiss your picture good night and good morning.
Man.
Here is Eleanor Roosevelt biographer Blanche Wiesen Cook, who said exactly what you just said.
Okay.
Hearing that,
Yeah.
there's no guesswork.
No.
There's no maybe innuendo, or it is what it is.
I think her great friendship with Lorena Hickcox was a physical and intimate and passionate friendship. In this case, we have thousands of letters written by 2 women who write pretty much what they mean to write. When Eleanor Roosevelt writes to Lorena Hickcox, I cannot wait for your return so I can lie down beside you and take you in my arms. I don't think that's a rhetorical Victorian flourish. I think that's real.
Yeah.
I believe you have a picture on the website that will show you the couple together.
Yep. I do, as a matter of fact.
Brace yourself. The romantic relationship between the 2 of them, this is how it ended. Again,
Wow.
jealousy and,
This
you've
is crazy.
done me wrong.
This is like a soap opera.
Yeah. The romantic relationship ended in 1948 when Eleanor traveled to Geneva to work on drafting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and instead of taking Hick along with her, decided to take her male doctor, a Swiss physician, with her, and that got Hick all worked up.
Back to the other team again, are we?
Yes. The 2 of them did remain friends and in communication with each other until Eleanor died in 1962, which now takes us back to Franklin.
Yeah.
Now, we already know Missy LeHand is next door to Franklin in the White House, and they've had a thing going on for 21 years. In June 1941, LeHand collapsed at a White House dinner party, and 2 weeks later, she suffered a major stroke that left her partially paralyzed with little speech function. She wound up passing away in 1944. It is believed the stroke was brought on by increased stress because FDR pushed her aside and was now seeing the exiled crown princess of Norway.
My goodness. And this is while he was president yet again, still going on.
There was a big state dinner going, and she handled all that stuff, and she would be seated next to him at these state dinners, and he told her, no, I'm going to be with the princess. And she was under such stress, she had a stroke.
Wow.
It is also known at this time, you want to talk about adding to her stress? It is known at this time that Franklin began corresponding again with his ex-lover, Lucy Mercer, now known as Lucy Mercer Rutherford. They started corresponding that year, 1941. In fact, according to White House records about Lucy Mercer Rutherford, she had a code name so she could get into the White House.
So she came to visit, not just write letters.
Oh, yes. She had a code name suggesting that she attended private meetings with the president. Mercer's husband, Winthrop Rutherford, passed away in 1944, the same year as Missy LeHand died.
That's weird.
In June of 1944, Roosevelt requested that his daughter, Anna, who was then acting as White House hostess, because Eleanor wasn't the hostess of the White House.
Nope. She
was off doing her own thing at Valkill.
That's plural, things. Things.
So Anna was acting a White House hostess, and she helped him arrange to meet Lucy Mercer Rutherford without Eleanor's knowledge.
That's crazy.
Anna was completely aware of Rutherford's role in her parents' early marriage, and at first was angry that Franklin would ask his daughter to do this.
Yeah.
But she immediately liked Rutherford, and they became long friends. She thought she was great.
That's crazy. What a weird family.
Yeah. In early April 1945, that's a key month and year. That was the year and the month that Franklin Roosevelt passed away. Anna arranged for Rutherford to meet her father at the little White House in Warm Springs, Georgia, a cottage he had bought at the polio therapy center. There were lakes and ponds around there. He could swim, and it was thought to be therapeutic. And so he built his little White House in Warm Springs, Georgia. Rutherford immediately accepted, was going to go and join Franklin down in Warm Springs, and arranged to have her friend, Elizabeth Shumatoff, a well-known artist, paint Roosevelt's portrait while they were down there. On April 12th, 1945, Rutherford, Shumatoff, along with two female cousins, were sitting there while the artist worked on Franklin's picture. He sat there at a card table by the living room and a stone fireplace. He was writing a future speech and reading over some other papers as Shumatoff, the artist, continued to paint. Roosevelt suddenly placed his hand up on his forehead and temple and said the famous words, "I have a terrific headache." He then slumped over, losing consciousness. Two doctors said he had suffered a fatal cerebral hemorrhage.
Yeah.
What to do?
There's a lot of mess to clean up right there.
What to do? We've got a female artist that was brought in by his lover.
Right.
And we had two female cousins in there.
Yeah.
Can
it's
we
a room full of women.
Yeah. And can we trust them to keep their mouths shut?
Yeah.
What do you think?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. The two women, Mercer and Shumatoff, immediately packed up and left the cottage fast.
Yeah, they knew better.
Eleanor soon learned the truth about who was at the cottage from the two female cousins. They blabbed, and Eleanor said, "You mean to tell me Anna knew about this too? You two cousins and my daughter?"
My goodness.
She was estranged from her daughter for a long time until she forgave.
She didn't like her kids anyway.
I know. You're right.
Big deal.
To Eleanor's credit, finding Shumanoff's unfinished watercolor among Franklin's possessions sometime later, she said, "You know what? I'll mail them to Rutherford."
Oh, wow.
She commissioned it.
That was magnanimous.
I'll send it to her. And Rutherford got the painting and actually wrote Eleanor a warm letter back, and they put things to rest.
Yeah.
A little postscript for you as we wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Lucy
What a story.
Lucy Mercer, she died from leukemia at the age of 57 on July 31st, 1948, having destroyed almost all of her correspondence with the president.
Yeah.
You ain't getting any of my letters
Nope.
like Hick.
Right.
3,000.
3,000 letters.
Elizabeth Shumatoff, the artist, she died November 30th, 1980, at the age of 92.
Oh, wow.
Lorena Alice Hickcox.
Right. No relation.
Thank you. Sure about that?
No.
Died May 1st, 1968, at the age of 75. She was cremated. You want to talk about a loner?
Yeah.
She was cremated, and for 2 decades, her ashes sat in an urn at the funeral home.
Wow.
Nobody took them before being buried in an unmarked grave.
Oh.
A marker was finally placed on her site May 10th of 2000.
Wow.
Earl Miller, the bodyguard,
Yeah.
who had the affair with Eleanor,
Yeah.
he died on May 9th, 1973, at the age of 76 in Hollywood, Florida.
Oh, Hollywood.
And finally, Eleanor Roosevelt died November 7th, 1962, aged 78, from resulting cardiac failure at her Manhattan home on New York's Upper East Side.
What a story.
That was one hell of a story, wasn't it?
Incredible, yeah. Code words.
Yeah. Oh, did you find their
Lucy
code?
Mercer's code.
What was it?
Mrs. Johnson.
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson, please. And Eleanor's code word?
Yeah.
Rover.
Like a dog.
Yep. Maybe that's where they got it from. I was thinking because she was all over the place, but yeah, you might have gotten that one
What
right.
a dog.
Yeah. And then the president had no code. At that time, they didn't call him POTUS, so he had no code word.
All right. 2 weeks.
2 weeks from today.
This is going to be good. We're going to talk in 2 weeks about the Kennedy assassination, but we're not going to talk about John F. Kennedy.
Okay.
So many things have been written and talked about. You know,
Yeah.
there was another man who nearly died in that limousine.
That's true.
And his name was John Connolly.
Right. Governor
He
of Texas?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they thought he was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
He was also shot in that limousine when John F. Kennedy died.
Yeah.
We will tell you what happened to him.
The magic
He's got
bullet.
a fantastic story, and that's where they supposedly found the magic bullet.
Right.
2 weeks, the other person shot in the Kennedy car.
Wow. That'll be a great one. We are Jeff Hickcox and Stan Nawalaniec, our self-proclaimed presidential historian.
Thank you very much.
And this is Beyond Mount Rushmore. Thanks, everybody.
See ya wherever you get your podcast, and we got a Facebook, and what do we do?
Yeah,
All
of that.
All that dangerous eavesdropping stuff.
Right.